Welcome to It Was Never You, where we talk about narcissism, complex PTSD, and recovery. I'm going to do a video today about the black sheep, also known as the scapegoat of the family. If you have attained this esteemed title, it is because you are the one that sees the truth. You are the one that is a truth speaker that sits there and sees exactly what is occurring and tries to fight against it. So, as we know with toxic parenting, with narcissists, what they must do is they must smear people who see through their mask. So they're wearing a mask and they must defend that mask at all costs. And the mask hides who they truly are, as a mask does. You walk into Halloween party and people are covered up. That's exactly what the narcissist does. As soon as they go outside of their immediate family, they put on that mask to achieve a status of piety or of being a good person and being kind and caring and sincere. So you've been labeled a scapegoat, and your family more often than not views you as just being unhappy, and you are not appreciative of anything that is given to you or done for you. The narcissistic parent will often say, after everything I've done for you, I try so hard. They go around and they tell their friends, I try so hard with him or her, and she just doesn't. She's just always been this way. He's just always been this way. And I don't know what I did wrong as a parent. Woe is me. And people tend to believe it. You're the one that speaks truth. See, what a narcissistic parent will do is, if there is more than one child, what they will do is one child will be the scapegoat. The other will be the golden child. The roles may flip during your life, depending on circumstance. The narcissistic parent is all about divide and conquer. This mentality is to split you up from your sibling. They cause a lot of sibling rivalry, and it is so that they can be portrayed as, because if you guys are fighting, if your siblings are fighting one amongst each other, then they are the one that you are going to go to, and they're going to be sitting in the middle watching Rome burn and laughing about it. And they can even say later in life, I don't know why my family is this way, because they're unable to self-reflect whatsoever and to see the damage that they have caused. So what ends up happening is kind of get shunned away from the family, and you feel like an outsider. And then if you imagine, if you think about this, if you add gaslighting and projection and all these labels to one person, it is very damaging. And oftentimes the scapegoat is the most emotionally and mentally stable person in that family, because they see what's occurring and they're trying to fight against it. Once you stop fighting, the battle it's almost as if the battle is lost. And a scapegoat looks to fix, and you probably have a lot of empathy inside of you, and you want things to be better, and you hold on to hope. And they create this idea in people's minds that you are crazy, and people will shun you, and you can I'll just think of situations off the top of my head. You can lose friends, or you can lose, say if you're in a church, and they're in the church with you, they can kind of turn people against you with their smear campaign, and people believe them. So if this is the case for you, know that you're not alone. And even though you have lost a lot of people in your life, there are people in your life that do see who you are and do see what is going on. And those are the people that you want to hold on to. The narcissist is all about power and control. Predatory behavior is about power and control. So they must silence you because you speak truth. Truth to them is their reality. Truth to them is what they believe. They don't have the ability to self-reflect and to see what they're doing is damaging. So they will hold on to those false narratives in order for people not to see who they really are. So is it about you? No, it's about their self-preservation. So what am I saying here? I'm saying if you've lost people in your life, if people shun you, this is normal behavior, because this is normal behavior for this type of situation, because people have a need for survival. So why does my family not defend me? I know they see what is going on. Either they're scared of the toxic person and they don't want to get on their bad side. Sometimes they're complicit and they do see it and they are toxic too. Or they just don't want to get involved, or they don't know what to do. And they could secretly come to you on the side and say, I know, I get it, but this is just the way that this person is. It's okay, just deal with it. And I'm telling you, that is not, you don't have to sit and allow yourself to be abused. You are not put on this earth to be a doormat for people to vomit their toxicity onto you. I'm not saying disown your family or don't speak to them. What I'm saying is boundary yourself and be careful what you listen to and what you take into yourself. Fix your beliefs about yourself, fix your boundaries, and emotionally stabilize yourself, mentally stabilize yourself. If this has caused complex PTSD where you have anxiety, social anxiety, depression, obsessive compulsive disorder, all these things kind of fall under the umbrella of complex PTSD. The flashbacks, learn how to manage your flashbacks, be cognitively aware, be conscious of when one is occurring, where you feel that rage kind of rising up, and combat that. Learn to combat that. Learn to strengthen yourself. Exercise on a daily basis to kind of get the rage out, because people will tell you don't feel angry, but I think anger is a process of recovery with complex PTSD, where you kind of have to go through those emotions and allow yourself to feel those emotions so that you can allow them to dissipate over time. If we sit in denial of how bad this childhood was, I think it just creates more of a problem as opposed to going through the steps of grief, because you're losing what's happened is now you have the reality of what you have been through. So everything that you have believed, you are grieving over what you thought you had. So you have to allow yourself to process this grief, process the emotions, go through the stages of grief so that you can move forward in your life. And if you are the scapegoat, I want you to know that it was never you. Now you can arm yourself with the tools of how to heal yourself.